The final preparation we're going to make is this short rib, and for that first we need to brine it. Super simple. Transfer your nitrate salt into a container, add your water and then mix it till all the salt has dissolved. And now that the salt has dissolved, I'm gonna add my short rib, lovely marbling on the side as you can see, and I'm gonna add it in the brine. Make sure that the entire short rib is all the way covered. If not, just make a bit more brine. I'm gonna let it brine for 24 hours in your fridge. Now, it has been 24 hours, which means we can take the short rib out of the brine. As you can see, the meat turned into a lovely kind of pinkish color, which means that the brine was very effective. And I want it skin side down, so the bones up, on a kitchen towel or on a kitchen paper to really dry it before we start pan frying it. Now I'm gonna add some beef fat from the rendered bones. You can also use a neutral oil like a light olive oil or a sunflower oil, but I just like this because it's no waste and it is packed with flavor. Add it to the pan and then let it melt on a high heat. Now once it's melted and the pan and the fat are both super hot, we can pan fry the short rib, first on the fat side and then on the bone side. Now you really want to render all that fat. You want a lovely golden color. Here time is not of an issue. It doesn't need to be fast, it doesn't need to be on a super high heat, just a medium high heat, and really ensure that you render all that fat for maximum flavor. So now that one side is golden, let's turn it around and then we can pan fry the other side as well. As you can see, the fat starts to crisp up. The fat is rendering like crazy to release all those beautiful flavors. And now we're just gonna repeat the same process on the other side. It's super important because as you can see, the meat starts to lose its shape a bit. Normally it's nice and straight, now it's a bit wiggly. That is because all the tension on one side. So you want to create the same tension on the other side and then it stays nice and straight. Then once the other side is golden as well, let's put it on a tray and then I'm gonna let it cool down or at room temperature or in your fridge. But after that we need to vacuum it and you can't vacuum something hot. So first let it cool down and I'm gonna do that in my fridge. The short rib has cooled down, which means we can vacuum it now. I just want to share a little tip with you guys. I'm going to turn it over and what I want to show you is the bones. Because the bones can be quite dangerous because they are quite sharp and they can perforate the bag and then any liquid that's in the bag can leak out and the short rib won't cook as nice. What you could do is take some foil, wrap it up a bit and put it around the bones and then vacuum it, or make sure you have very sturdy bags, which I have. So I'm just gonna take the short rib, gently put it in the bag, and then I'm also gonna add a nice demi-glace. So that's a reduced beef stock, just a touch. Let's say this is 50 to 100 grams, just to add a bit more flavor. I have some rosemary and thyme and some garlic. I've cut the garlic in half so it can release its flavor. And now we are going to vacuum this and cook it at 85 degrees Celsius in a sous-vide bath for 14 hours because I really want the meat falling off the bone. Okay guys, the wait is finally over. As you can see, the meat started to shrink, it started to come together, it's coming off the bones already. I see all these lovely juices. It's still hot, so be careful. But we can take it out of the water and we can cut it open. Now just cut it open on one side and be careful because you don't want to waste any of the delicious liquid. And just gently let it drip out on your tray. Make sure your tray is big enough, not that it overflows. And then gently remove the bag. Yes. I mean, just look at that. You see how lovely tender it is. The fat has really melted. Bones, I can just press out like so. Now for that, just gently turn it around. And as you can see, one bone is already gone. I always love cooking with the bone because the bone contains so much flavor. And this way, by cooking it sous vide, all the flavor of the bone has come out of it and it has transferred into this delicious liquid, but also into the short rib. Now, and talking about this delicious liquid, it is so good. It is so flavorful, super rich, but it's already seasoned because the short rib has been in the brine. So a lot of the salts from the brine also went into the liquid. So you're not able to reduce it. Maybe a tad, maybe just a small bit if you're not happy with the flavor yet. But I would say it's already good like this. So definitely keep that in mind. It's great to serve like as a broth. I love serving a piece of beautiful codfish with a short rib broth, and for that this is perfect. So now let's take the final bone out as well, and then we can remove this membrane. For that I'm just going to use a knife and I'm gently going to cut into it, maybe from the other side towards me. I'm really not pressing, because if you press the meat falls apart and you don't want that. You just want to remove the membrane. So just gently press it. So like so. This together with the bones we're going to throw away, and then I'm going to show you how you can use this for your next dish and how to present it. Now the first thing we're going to do is gently turn it around because you don't want to damage it. And then as you can see, there is a lot of fat going on. So I'm just going to use a spoon to gently cut it away. As you can see, it's really super fatty. If you want, you can leave it on. I'm not a big fan of the soft fat like this, so I'm gonna remove it. It does have some flavor, but the short rib is so flavorful that it doesn't need it. So just gently take it away like so. And as you can see right now, the short rib is pretty uneven. So here it's thick, then it starts to be thin again, then thick, here's a bit loose. What I always do to fix this is I put it in a container. I put the container of the same size on top, and then I put something heavy on. Because then you press it down, and then you press it, as you can see, into the same size. And then you just let it cool down in your fridge, and then it's super easy to portion, great for servers. Also at home, I would really suggest that. But for today, I'm just gonna show you how it looks like this. So let me just cut into it because I want to show that lovely tenderness. The knife is just sliding through. Again, don't put pressure on the knife because otherwise you'll damage all these lovely layers. As you can see, it's super tender. It's falling apart from each other. All the collagen turned into gelatin over here, so that's really what you're looking for. A beautiful, tough cut that we turned into a tender cut. Watch the entire series on Gronda and start mastering the fundamentals of cooking. Just click the link in the description.